Hold on to your horses because Christopher Ward have just released a brand new game-changing watch. It feels like only yesterday that the British watchmaking brand Christopher Ward released the C1 Bel Canto, a chiming watch with a newly developed movement priced at such an outrageously competitive figure that it was kind of too good to be true. But it wasn't. The watch was hailed as a masterpiece in looks and engineering, really cementing Christopher Ward as a brand to be taken seriously. Fast forward just 3 years and they are back at it again with this beautiful watch called the C12 Loco. There are some amazing features to talk about with this watch, so let's get straight into it. So my first question looking at this watch is why? What's the inspiration for this piece? Because it definitely feels like we are witnessing a brand flourishing into something else, something more fascinating. And although there isn't any immediate reason as to why Christopher Ward have chosen to create this watch, I think to people who have been keeping a close eye on the brand, the answer is pretty obvious. They are riding that wave of showmanship and success. The C1 Bel Canto was the equivalent of Leonardo DiCaprio's role in Titanic. It propelled him into the spotlight, and then his agent's phone blew up. And I think that's what's happening here. Christopher Ward have taken a leap, and now they're fully running with huge momentum. Why slow down? Why not keep going and see where it takes them? The C12 Loco has a 41mm open dial watch design, which means you can see more of the inner workings of the watch. I mean, just look at this thing. This is the embodiment of a clean, symmetrical aesthetic. This watch is stainless steel and has a 30-meter water resistance. In the top half of the dial is the floating time display, with the hour and minute hands looking like they have risen out of a moving platform. It's like something out of Star Wars. I think you all know which scene I'm talking about. The indices also look like they're floating, and at the 6 o'clock position are the words Swiss made. This is the only text you'll find on the dial. Below this is a highly finished exposed free-sprung balance wheel, and this whole movement has been designed with this in mind. Seeing the perpetual motion of the balance wheel was important to Christopher Ward. Open heart movements have always fascinated me, and the execution here is simply stunning. This dial has a mix of finishing, with the top half being vertically brushed, with a polished down sloping edge separating the top half from the bottom. The bottom half of the dial almost has a sandblasted effect. It sparkles at certain angles. The dial will come in 4 colours: black, white, vibrant blue and metallic orange. Looking at the case design now, we have a highly finished 3-piece design which is actually from the 12, a watch released by Christopher Ward in 2023. When I made a video about the 12, the case was one of my favourite things, so it's really nice to see this here. The multi-layered approach adds a nice feeling of depth and classiness. Christopher Ward have made some changes, however, with the downturned lugs being steeper to contour better to the wrist. The height of this watch is 13.7mm, which does include front and back boxed sapphire crystal. So all things considered, this is still fairly slim. The crown has deep grooves for ease of gripping and features a stamped Christopher Ward logo as seen on many of their designs. The back of the watch reveals the rest of this beautiful movement with a see-through caseback. Again, really nice finishing here, great symmetry, is just so amazing to look at. I love the addition of the black backplate, which has Christopher Ward inscribed into it, along with 29 joules and that massive power reserve of 144 hours, which is 6 whole days, by the way. That's a long time to not wear this watch, let's face it. I definitely wouldn't be able to keep this off my wrist for that amount of time. So talking about this new movement now, the caliber CW003, which is Christopher Ward's second in-house movement. This movement evolved from the SH21, which Christopher Ward made in 2014, but has been entirely redesigned exclusively for this watch. It features a symmetrical layout, utilising empty space and aligning the balance wheel and barrels to achieve what Christopher Ward call visual harmony. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with them here. The movement beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour or 4 Hz and has a tolerance of -0 seconds to +7 per day. As mentioned before, this movement has exceptional hand finishing, with the bridges in particular being polished with multiple rounded facets. This watch will come with various strap options and bracelet options. If you want something a bit more fun, go with the color-coded strap. If class is your vibe, then the steel bracelet is the one for you. Or just get both, this can be a watch for all occasions. Well, maybe not contact sports. So onto price now, $20,000. Just kidding, this is Christopher Ward we're talking about. The C12 Loco will cost you £3,795 or $4,595. These prices are for the rubber strap. It will cost a bit more for the bracelet, I'm sure. But generally, this price is just like the Bel Canto, just really incredible. I mean, wow, sign me up, I want one. Okay, so final thoughts here. So earlier I mentioned that Christopher Ward are on this monumental high at the moment. Everything's going so well for them, and releasing this watch now is just adding to that, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm so happy for them. I'm British, and it's so nice to see a British brand really rattle the cage in this kind of industry. This watch is beautiful, and it's mechanically amazing. This watch's biggest problem is its best feature. I want to keep staring at that dial, but I also want to take the watch off all the time to stare at the back of the movement too. Christopher Ward are making high horology even more accessible than ever before, and that's going to win a lot of people over. It's also going to piss a lot of people off. Other brands, I mean. Let's see how quickly the industry tries to follow suit and make their own versions of these kind of affordable but premium designs. This watch will undoubtedly fly off the shelves, and I think the future is very exciting for Christopher Ward. So guys, let me know what you think about this huge new release from Christopher Ward. Are they making high horology even more accessible than before? Do you think that they're onto something here? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.